It was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be
forward.
like a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Banele Poni, and I work for Street Talk as a cameraman and a researcher.
My name is Sinazo Mpotulo. I am a poet and a student at UWC.
Ingam Kasa. I am a poet, guys. I'm a brand ambassador at Aya Clothing.
I'm Cindy Fanele. I'm a student CPT. I'm an artist. I'm doing performing art, that is drama and dance.
My name is Masa and my surname is Ngasela. I'm from Fulene. I'm a poet and I'm 24 years old.
As we are like in our communities, do you feel as if you are a part of that community?
I personally feel like I am a big part of my community. And as a community here at Reyes and at home, everywhere I go, I do feel like a part of the community.
I feel like, I'm also part of a community because as an artist, as I said before, that I'm an artist, we are working with people like who are community members, like around with our community. So I can say they are helping us when we need maybe the community hall for rehearsals. They are assisting us. So I feel like I'm a part of a community.
Sometimes I do feel like an outsider, that I'm being forgotten to such an extent that I told you that I'm an artist. One example is in our community, we don't have, or in our group, we don't have rehearsal spaces. So that's one of the things that we have been struggling in ages. But we have been talking to our counselors but there's not be any answer to that. And so in most cases, I feel like I'm an outsider and not of the community because of that.
I grew up in a place where art is not really taken seriously. The only people who take art seriously are the artists. You understand? Especially something like dancing. No one cared about such things. The only thing that mattered is the whole community is sport. And even the municipality only supported sport. And whatever you do outside of sport does not matter. And I personally pushed. I used my home as a rehearsal space, regardless of what my mother will say. I would wake up very early in the morning, make sure I do all my chores and make my home a rehearsal space. And from that point, because I collected a lot of kids from my community, parents started being interested in like, where do these kids go? What do they do there? And when I saw that a couple of parents were now looking, when we are rehearsing, we open the doors and of the garage, and like parents from time to time would pop in, and that's where we actually got like the courage to go approach the municipality and be like, hello, we need events. You guys should grant us with events where we're gonna go and showcase what we're doing. And that's when it started to be a bit better and art became recognized. So I feel like sometimes you just need to push and work with what you have.
Sometimes I don't feel like we belong like to a community because the decisions that are being made by the community like members, they don't include like the people's concern, like what people need around like our communities. They just decide on what they assuming like people need. For example, I think last month they were doing like the toilets for us. The way I saw like the toilets were supposed like they are supposed to be flushed, you see, but those things are not happening because I think there's corruption involved. Because you'll find out to go to toilet, but suppose flush, but then no, as a flush. kuziswa only amabhaketi, which is as lamatopi athathwayo yabo.
I feel like one of the major issues here in our community is the issue of the competency, because one wants to shine, and knowing that he has the power to actually uplift one another or the next person who's lacking at some point, and that actually person can help but do not want, because of he or she wants to shine himself only and to get credits from outside people. The one reason that I said to you that we in our group, we don't have rehearsal spaces, and you'll be amazed that our municipal is a person who is a leader in the creative industry. He's he's actually an artist, but then with him is that because of he has his own group, and um, he doesn't care what other groups are lacking in whatsoever. If there are sponsors that need to be contributed to the artist at large, so the only group that will actually benefits from those, it's only his own group. So that's what I just want to add. And with Snazo's point, she need to bear in mind that we are not all born the same. For example, I'm not as at my home, we only have 4-room house. So there is no spare room, or there is no spare space where I can actually do my things, where I can rehearse, where I can dance, because it's only the bedroom, one bedroom, the kitchen, the dining room, and also another bedroom. So there are 2 bedrooms, and then a kitchen, a dining room. So there is no other space where I can actually practice my stuff effectively.
Another problem is that our people or our parents do not know their rights properly. The only rights they know, okay, we are free, we're in a democratic country, but they're not well aware of how deep their rights goes, especially when it comes to receiving things from the municipality. And that is why I feel it is easier for the municipality to not deliver certain things. It's because they like our people do not know much about that. So when some things like, e.g., what Inga mentioned, the toilets, some of the community members will feel like at least we got the toilets, not knowing that it is within their right to get those toilets, you understand? And they won't, maybe they won't have the courage and the force that will drive them to say, no, like, we do understand you gave us toilets, but these are not the toilets we want, because they don't know that it is within their rights to receive those toilets. So I feel like at some point we really need to, okay, South Africa really needs to sit down and let our communities know of their rights, isn't that they are entitled to, because at the end of the day, they are the one who votes for the mayors, they are the one who pick up the clerks, the councillors, etc. But they just vote. They have T-shirts, and they bought T-shirts, and they say they're gonna do those that they don't finish, So I think that's where the cracks are at a lot for the Black communities.
Zimasa, you mentioned something about South Africa, but I think I want you guys just don't be long on that one, because it's similar to the first one, right? But this one, it's talking about the country.
I don't feel like part of the country. I do feel like part of the community, because I make means to get to be part of the community, and I accommodate a lot of people to be part of the community, and those people to be part of the community with me. But when it comes to the country, I feel like I do not have a voice at all. I just feel like I only have a voice in my community where I come from, and the rest of the country, I'm just like mute. I'm not there.
I do feel like a part of my country, because first of all, I know who I am, I know my roots, and I know where I come from. Because first of all, I know, as I said, that I know who I am, I know where I come from, like I know my roots, I know everything about my culture. Well, not literally everything, but yeah. And then also, I know what's happening in our country at the moment. Hence, I say I do feel like I'm part of the country?
Mostly, I feel like my country, if I'm not in the Eastern Cape where I was born and bred and where I managed to be part of the community, I don't feel like I have a voice anywhere else. You understand? And I feel like provinces acknowledge their own people. I don't know if I make sense. I feel like each province acknowledges its own people, and it becomes hard when you from another place to have a voice when you get to another place. Maybe it's just like a personal thing, but I feel like that is an issue. And it because I am from the Eastern Cape, I can't I do not have enough resources to have a voice loud enough to be heard in the Western Cape, in the, if I had an opportunity to have a voice loud enough to be heard all over the country, maybe I could feel like part of the whole country, but unfortunately, I just feel like I'm part of my community, not even part of the whole Eastern Cape as a whole, but part of my community. I don't know.
I want to agree with Mrs. Nazo, as she said, Yabo, that we don't have a say like in our country, because the things indlela ezenzeka ngakhona, it's only people who are on the higher position who can manage like everything about our country. You see, like people in our communities, they don't have a say in whatever it's happening in South Africa, because they are the ones who are deciding on whatever is happening. So I don't think like we are part of South Africa. I don't think. We only just do things for our community, you see.
What have you done for your community as an individual?
Every Thursday, we are helping as Itemba Youth Choir. We are helping like people who are suffering. Like siyabaphekela, we cook for them. Yabo. Then every Thursday they come to collect the food. Yabo. So we're doing those things by funded with someone like you see overseas. So we that's what I can say. That's what I can say.
I don't do a lot, but I try to do what I can when I can for my community. I have a nonprofit organization, and I personally feel like my focus at the moment is with the kids. I am trying by all means I possibly can to be the big sister I needed when I was young, the type of person I wanted to have in my life when I was young, because I could sing like a rap, I could write, I could dance, but there was no one looking at that potential and looking for platforms to expose me or try to make platforms for me to express what I can do. So I make for my nonprofit organization, I do speak to kids and make sure they know that their artistic side matters. It is as loud as their intelligent side. Like if you are good in math, it's great, but your voice, if you can sing, it's also as important as having the brains to calculate. If you are good in dancing, in writing, in acting, it is also as important and as loud as any other aspect of your life. So as my non-profit organization is Elita Youth Development Program. As Elita Youth Development Program, I make sure that I inspire and motivate children through art and culture as well.
My dream is to see the finish of the COVID, and also all people are happy, all people are not wearing masks.
My dream as Uzamapata is also to see the end of the COVID-19 so that I can go back to school and finish my degree, and also to be a successful TV presenter.
My dream as Ingam Kasa is ukubona like COVID-19 iphelile.
My dream as Sinazo Mpotulo is to be an advocate for the young people.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.